haven't done any videos ever, to be fair, but thought I'd try and do one. Wilson is going to Croft this weekend, so I'm going to drive up in the MX-5 and yeah, hopefully we can watch him get at least a top 10, if not a podium, and it will, defo. But yeah, anyway, I got the MX-5 all packed up. It's quite surprising. The big tent, it's like a pop-up one. It fits behind the seat just because it doesn't fit in the boot or anywhere else. And then I got a few bits in here. I got clothes and camera and laptop and all that jazz in the back. But yeah, it all fits in fine, which is nice. I also, hopefully I'm not going to regret this, but I put on another one of the MDA style splitters. We did have one before and it melted off in the heat. It's currently not too hot. Well, I mean, it is hot. I'm absolutely sweating, but it's not sunny, so I'm hoping it's okay. But down here on Saturday, it's forecast to get to like 30 degrees. It's nowhere near that at Croft, so I'm going to YOLO it, maybe try and drive back on Saturday evening when it's coolest, and then hopefully it will stay on. Yeah, so we'll just have to see how it goes. Fueling completed. Look what I found! Oh, that was exciting. Anyway, we've already said hello, but yeah. I just thought I'd like put it on the camera.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah. Love. Apparently the car's too low to go through the drive-in, so I've just given it a good old Karcher wash at the shell. So it's looking a bit shinier now. She was a disgrace. I couldn't see or anything. So hopefully we are now actually ready to go. I don't know if I've actually showed anyone inside this either. Ian, I Am Motorsport Ian, but he's done such a good job of making this comfy because obviously it's a full-on drift car. Like, it's not big power or it's not like the competition car or anything, but it is like fully ready to go. I have currently got the bucket seat in just because I had to get the MOT done. But other than that, it's like hot to trot. Let me just flip the camera. Yeah, so you can see I've got this like fancy steering wheel spacer thing that really helps with the driving position. And it means all the stock controls still work, which is nice. But then look at that. Like, it's managed to get all the hydro is proper, as you can see. Super beefy bracket, all in there really nicely. And yeah, as I say, the seat that I'm currently sitting on goes in as a bucket seat, all super nice. But it's like, yeah, it's like a full-on stock interior. Super comfy, but it's got everything you need for doing the skids as well. And I can actually see out the windscreen now, which is good. So anyway, we'll start up. We're going to get on the road now. I've got probably like a 6-hour drive or something, so that's going to be fun. Cheers. Cheeky, cheeky. Living the dream. Proper toasty. The aircon's not working, which is not ideal, so I've got to put that on the list as something to get sorted. But I must say, it's actually, I've got the windows down, it's quite loud, but it's really nice to drive. We're just cruising along, you know, casual 5-6 hour drive, and I'm comfy, a little bit hot, but all good, all good. Woo! Made it to Croft. Woo! Wilson completely ignored his phone the whole time, so I couldn't find him for ages. But anyway,
you found me.
So here's a Wilson.
Should have bought an Apple phone.
Shut up. We're trying to work out what to do for food this evening, but we're here. The MX-5 made it. That's always a good time. And then the Caterham is safely tucked up. It's a little bit breezy, but it's not too bad. And then, yeah, car's here, all ready to go tomorrow. So that's nice. And let's try and rack Wilson's brains quickly, see what he's saying. So, Mr. Wilson, I know you're multitasking here, but what are you saying on today, just for the camera?
Last session was good. Morning session's waste of time, but found it in the end. So hopefully, tomorrow.
Top 10, podium.
I reckon top 10.
Top 10, yeah. And podium. Yes. Winner. Good morning. Cheeky Nando's was consumed last night. It was delicious. Very nice surprise. And then I, had a really good sleep, basically. Well, as you can in the tent. So yeah, that was nice. I think Wilson's feeling lively. That's good. We'll go and see if he's up yet. It does look like he is. So that's a good start. Mr. Wilson? He's not here. Interesting. Good news is the gazebo's still here. It has been quite blowy. There's a little bit of rain last night, but it's not the end of the world. So yeah, the car is in here still tucked up. I don't think there's a huge amount we need to do. I think he was saying that we just need to do fuel, check tyre pressures, check the oil, and Wilson's favourite, retorque the wheel nuts. So yeah, I don't think there's a great deal to do, which is good. And I think he's on track at 9 o'clock and he's got driver's briefing at like 8:30 or something. So I am going to clean my teeth and then I guess we'll get going with stuff. One thing I will say about Croft so far, because we've not been here before, but it really is kept quite nicely. Like it's like almost a little country park type situation. You can see behind me, but yeah, look how well kept everything is. And yeah, it's almost like you're walking through a little park. And then when we get to the main building up here in a minute, I'll show you. But it's yeah, it's super nice, which I appreciate. You know, I mean, it's not like the tracks are bad anyway. To be fair, you know, they could be worse. But this one in particular feels really quite nice. I mean, look, even behind here, look, it's a pretty little pink bush. I was going to try and say a proper name, but we'll just say bush. But yeah, like I say, it's all well kept. Yeah, pretty. Yes, I just flipped this round at this building. It looks, I mean, I'm sure this is obvious to everyone that knows all this stuff, but say I've not been here before. I've never really spent any time looking at anything to do with Croft, to be fair. But yeah, let me just show you this. So yeah, it's quite a cool little building with a clock tower and stuff on the top. Looks nice. And if we go up here, yeah, you can see it's like really nice toilet block and stuff. And then like the cafe area looks like some country park. I might be able to zoom in a bit. Yeah, they've really put, yeah, it's probably a bit bouncy now, but yeah, they've put in quite a lot of effort to making it look fancy. And so, I just appreciate it, I do, it's nice. Giving the car a bit of a clean up, which is, yeah, she's looking alright. All shiny, ready for it to get rained on. Wilson's insistent that's not going to happen, but we will see. It's starting to look a little bit grey. But yeah, so I think it's ready to go. It's fueled, it's got tyres, so we just have to see how he gets on now. And also, his windscreen is really starting. Can you even see those? Yeah, like, yeah. If I use my finger as a pointer, but he has got quite a few chips in there and there. So I think he's going to need a new one soon. Although again, even like that, I ain't got a crack at it. It's fine. So we'll see. Right, Wilson is getting ready for first practice session on Friday. Say it's just a test day, but you know, then he looked beautiful in his baklava. Bless him.
Going to rob some banks up.
Yeah. So the car's all shiny. That's literally all I've done to well. We've kept the same pressures from yesterday. It's like fairly cool, but it's like, yeah, it's a dry day and the concrete or the tarmac feels like it's quite warm, so hopefully that'll work. And we'll just have to see how he gets on. Oosh. So, Wilson's back in the car again. This is for the second practice of the day. We'll fill you in on the first practice in a bit, but while he's getting ready, I thought I would just show that. Literally, the second I've got this out, you can't really see it, but it is raining, which is exciting. And Wilson, famous last words, said he wants it to rain. So, yeah. So I mean, he's clearly confident that he's going to be good in the wet. Look at those eyes. But yeah. So hopefully he's going to have another good session. He's waiting to try and follow a few of the lads round. Good luck, Wills. Oh, she raining. The minis are just coming in. They're on slicks, so yeah, they would have had a bad time. But it's legit actually coming down. Oh, can you see on my sleeve? Yeah, look. So it's not quite at standing water yet, but nowhere near that, to be honest. But I reckon another minute or two of this, and we're going to have legit actual like sheen on the track. So then we get to see what Wills can do with his wet weather capabilities. I'm going to. I think we'll start at the first corner. Oh yeah, I can see the track is wet. Yeah, that's okay, cool. Yeah, we'll start at the first corner. It's quite open there, so you can see a bit. And then we'll see how the session goes. I might try and walk down to the last complex as well. It's really interesting. So you can see how the suspension's loaded up and stuff. So that'll be interesting. I don't know if it's sharp on camera. I've never really tried doing any of this stuff before, but we'll see. Anyway, I'll be back in a minute. We'll have a look at the first corner. goes. Go on, Wilson. Wet weather wheels. See what he's saying in a minute, won't we? Oh yeah, she's slippy. Lock up already. Oh. It does look greasy. Lads seem pretty on the pace pretty quickly, which is good. Few clips. It seems to be drying up a bit now. It's not full grip, but it's not like as greasy as those first laps were. I'm now speed walking up to the other end of the track so we can try and get to like the last corner complex and see if we can show you what's going on up there as well. Not sure if I'm going to make it before the end of the session, but I do have a soft spot for a McLaren, especially, I've got to say that purple looks especially tasty. Okay, so this is a cool little spot because you can see coming out of the last complex into the last corner. I'll zoom in a little bit because I'm a bit of a way away. But yeah, you can really see how the cars are coming out of this kind of, I'll move over to it in a minute, but then lining themselves up for the last corner and the run onto the straight. Here he is, oh, looking sketch. At least he's pushing. So we'd had a chat around not going, is my finger going to shut? Yeah, not kind of coming out too wide over here. I think he might have been a little bit tight. I reckon just kind of like there-ish is the ideal line when you factor in carrying the speed through as well. I think that yellow car's going for a full send there, so that perhaps doesn't count. But let's see if we can find one of the quick boys and watch how they come through here. Yeah, about there. That kind of pale yellow car, I think, is pretty quick at the minute. So I'm saying that was quite a good indication online. And Wilson, oh, he locked up. Yeah, I think he's just been a little bit too conservative now on the way out and then into the hairpin. He was, say, coming like right out and using Oh, there he is, using like all of this track, which is kind of good on the way in, because on the way out you're carrying loads of speed, but I think you just create a bit of a problem for the hairpin. You see like that car had like cross weights as it was braking. Max is normally pretty good as well, so that's, yeah. So he's still had a little bit of kind of weight going through the car left to right there as well, but look pretty nice. He's really smooth on the brakes as well, I think, because the suspension's so soft on these. I think it really helps to, like telegraph the car what's going on, so it can like gradually have the load build up and not like overcome the, well, road tyres, aren't they? So yeah, you don't want to overcome like their peak grip immediately and then just have a lock up or lose the rear or something. Oh, is there going to be a bit of spice going on here? No, not quite. All kept it under control. Yeah, see, look, the yellow car has really got the car nice and flat as you're going into the braking zone there. I know it's behind traffic as well, so that's going to have an impact on things, but I think that's the way you're supposed to drive these cars. Obviously, me being an expert that's literally never even sat in one, let alone driven one, or been fast, but still, my 2p. Yeah, so he's got the car nice and flat, so I think he can just get away with a little bit more speed, a bit more like that Williams car that just followed, and then managed to still get the car nice and settled for the hairpin afterwards. As I say, it's fine one me saying all these things. I mean, so I literally never driven the car. I haven't even really done any proper track work, to be honest, other than like the karting stuff and the sim stuff recently. So yeah, get Wilson's feedback when he gets back in, but just from watching other people, that seems like the way that you, certainly for this last section anyway, that's the way that you kind of go about trying to get the most out of the car, because when they're on the road tyres, it just looks like you always have to try and like compromise least, whereas when with the other classes that are running on like the 888s and stuff, they've got so much more grip. And even like the 410s or 420s or whatever it is, obviously they've got a lot more power, but it's still a very kind of grippy car. It's not like a massive, you know, like a, I don't know, big old Mustang or something where it's not much grip, loads of power. These is the other way around. So yeah, I think there's like less compromises. You can just like aim to go as fast as you can for as much as you can, and the tyre won't give up. But with these road tyres, I think there's some kind of toe. It seems like you have to constantly compromising, trying to not overpower it, and just it's all about really being extra smooth. We'll see what Wilson says, because he's the man that knows. Let's just have a little fangirl moment as he comes in off track. Scream at him like a little girl. Here he comes. Wilson! Woo! Hey! Bless him. Jammed in like peas in the pod now. Cheeky little lift back to the pits, because it's miles. I've been walking up and down like a lunatic.
I know. Oh. I just thought, get out of the way.
The moustache.
VIP service. Look at those eyes. Do not get in a car with this man. Regrets. So the number 4, you know, in the yellow car, I don't know. Should we wait? Because I want to, because then we can have a chat and I can put it on this, it'd be interesting. Well, or it won't be, but at least we tried. It looked like the first, maybe 3 laps were pretty slippery. Yeah. Yeah, like even going into that first corner, everyone obviously knew it was wet, and it was like everyone was like, "Oh, I see, right? It's really yeah." Yeah. I mean, it looked like it was going to for a second. Like, I was like, "Oh, here we go." Oh no. Yeah. That would have been puddle wet if that carried on for a few more minutes, but yeah. That's good. It's a bit better, or slightly over driving. No, I want it. It's good.
Yeah, it's trying to be more aggressive.
Yeah. And see if you can like overpower it, and then we're like, oh, okay, that's the limit.
The car, yeah. Just it's nice.
think because the suspension's so soft, you want to like get like you've got to like be clear on the car. So like, because I've done. You haven't seen it yet. In my video, I was like, it looks like you need to kind of be firm with all your inputs, but you can't like overpower the car. You need to let the suspension work, and then you get the weight on that axle, and then
in the right place straight away.
yeah, and then you can really kind of like
then you can start tweaking. Which
yeah.
I found go around into that kind of sharp as hairpin to set yourself up for going in quite hard, you scrub the speed, but you're in that point you can then use the power.
Because it's like right leaned over
now, it's
and
loaded now, put the power back on and then really work the car.
Yeah.
And then put on the brakes with a tiny turn and it puts all the weight over that side.
because it comes out of the suspension
so
and then it like lifts it right over.
And then you can then
Point
power brake
like that.
in, power brake in a little bit and then just power again to power through and stay tight. It felt really tight.
Yeah.
Because last time I was on back and across.
So I'll show you so everyone, Wilson hasn't seen the video I took yet. So I think it looked better. I think you went a smidge too far back the other way, but I deliberately tried to get some footage of some other cars so you could kind of like see the difference.
It's good to feel it.
Yeah. And did it make a difference going into the hairpin?
Yeah,
like,
because it's because you have out, back around, and then almost brake at an angle.
And the suspension's not moving. It's only front, back to front rather than like left to right as well, kind of thing. Yeah.
More to play.
Yeah. Just no idea on lap times at the minute. That's the thing. But, yeah. We're doing it. We're trying something crazy. We are gonna really drop the pressures just to see how it goes. No idea if it's going to be better or not, but yeah, let's see. Yeah, when I say we dropped them, yeah, we did give them a drop. So neither of us know if this is going to be better or not, but we thought we've been talking about it for a while, so we might as well actually try it and see what the crack is, because he's not run it anywhere near that low before. So yeah, it'd be interesting. Get his feedback in a bit. Be interesting to see what he says. So far, it didn't look especially different one way or another, to be honest. I did hear the like the lower roll cage hoop bit that kind of goes under the chassis. It did hear it hit the floor. I don't know if that's just because he was going at the curb, or if that's where it's that much softer, it's like rolling into the tyre. But I'm walking up to the back end of the track again now, so we can have a look and see how different he looks coming through that last complex of corners, coming into like the last hairpin. So again, I've got to try and get there before the session in, because it's a bit of a walk and I get carried away watching him and then forget to check the time. But anyway, I'm going to try and get there quick. Damn it, I didn't get there in time. They're all coming in. Sorry, guys. Proof. That's so annoying. I literally got here and they thrown the checkered flag. Oh no, there's a red flag, so I wonder if something's happened somewhere. But you can see Wilson and his luminescent roll cage in the distance, so hopefully that means he's all good. Yeah, we'll fill you in a bit. So annoyingly, we can't get a like a proper hot pressure, straight off track pressure, because he like cool down lap and all the rest of it. But there's some numbers for reference, and we're going to have a bit of a debrief about it in a minute, because while we were driving back, there was some interesting initial comments. So yeah. So we've got to have a bit of a catch up after the last session, but we've got the car up in axle stands, just doing a nut and bolt check. And look, I've got gloves on. And I mean, these do look spotless, but I have been doing things, so that's good. Yeah, here's the car, so just doing a spanner check. I think Wilson said he wants to take the pads out and have a look over those. Not there's anything wrong, just to check. But yeah, we'll catch the main man and try and get a bit of feedback on that last session as well. I found him, he's by the van. Hiding, yeah. So, let's try and, if we go like this. I don't know. I'm just going to point the camera at you.
Oh, what?
It's all about you anyway, Wills, to be honest, so it's all good. Oh, right, so yeah, what are you saying? Because obviously, so I didn't say out loud, but just for film purposes, I did take a picture and a bit of a video of the pressures we went out on, so we can put those in, and then people will only know if they watch the video, so that's...
Way too much.
Yeah, or it might be blurred out, in which case Wilson's... Yeah. But anyway, so, what are you saying?
It was better to compromises. So high speeds, corners, you could feel the tyre wobble.
Cold, that is it? Yeah,
so
okay.
First out the bat, it wasn't too bad in the slower corners. It still felt quite grippy, which was weird because I thought I'd have nothing at all. But progressively through the higher corners, you could feel the car move a bit more.
Yeah.
But as time progressed, the tyres just all just seemed to work a little bit better.
Interesting.
So the heat did get through to the tyre, but you compromise at the start, but gain later on.
And how many laps do you reckon it was that it took before it was?
2, maybe 3.
Oh, okay. And was you going like super hard at it straight away, or do you reckon?
Pretty much
yeah.
like 90%,
okay.
because obviously I was still a bit cautious.
Unsure.
Like, don't want to go in too hot, especially on these fourth gear flat out corners, because it's still a bit of a turn.
Yeah.
So if you can get that wrong, and you get in a bit of a pickle and you let off, there's not much runoff. So
and do you reckon it was a different feeling just because the tyre was moving around and you could actually go as quick, or do you reckon it was actually slower?
I reckon you could.
Once you got used to it,
because obviously it's a movement that I hadn't felt before.
Uh-huh.
I think at high speed, there's a lot of movement for high speed which I haven't come across at all.
Yeah.
But all in my head, I was like, well, it must be the tyre just being that shipping about a little bit.
Uh-huh.
But like I say, after like 2 or 3, and as it got on, they started to pick up. So you compromise and punish yourself at the start, but then as the race goes on, you hope you can pick it up.
Uh-huh.
So where other people are doing the opposite, so they're probably having good temperatures at the start, but by near the end of the race, they're going to cook themselves, and everyone becomes quite loose.
And I've just had a thought, we haven't discussed this yet, but on the first laps, when you're saying like it was good in the low speed stuff,
yes.
The high speed corners here aren't overtaking corners.
No.
So
if people follow behind.
So if you've got the grip to do an overtaking the low speed stuff early on, and then you're compromising the high speed is not on an overtaking spot anyway.
Somewhere loose somewhere else, but in a race situation, it's going to be different because the first couple will be quite slow. Yeah. Because everyone's going to be pinching up.
Uh-huh.
And you're not going to be going.
And you're just going to be like.
It's going to take a lap or 2 for everyone then to sort of slot into position, and then you'll find your position, and hopefully it will start coming on as time goes on.
Interesting. So we're going to say like weather dependent, but if all else is equal, run it the same as that again.
Temperatures we are, and I think by the looks it should stay very similar.
Uh-huh.
I think that's what we got.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. I might do a little bit on the tyres as well because we haven't actually looked.
Thing, isn't it? Now to the tyre, and there's not a mountain. You just have a build up of a mountain on the outside edge to the fact that you're not using probably that much of the tyre. Now that's flattening out. And
so, you can physically, when you poke the tyre, and you can see the tyre like give when you put your finger into it, your finger moves in. Whereas we were checking other people's cars after that session, and they're like, it feels hard. Like the surface is just as tacky.
It's actually got heat in that section of the tyre.
Yeah, it's gone like right into it.
Using that part of the tyre.
Yeah.
Getting that mound, and that outside is doing nothing.
Yeah.
So have we unlocked something more then possibly? The temperatures are such a different. Everyone across the board runs.
Yeah, and I guess driving styles. If you've got like
really high. I heard a couple of people running about 25, and that was stuff.
That seems crazy.
Some are running a little bit high because obviously everyone assumes running 30 is what you've got to be at, but they're thinking 30 out of the box.
Yeah, and that's on like these weigh nothing as well, don't they?
Exactly that. So obviously I understand they take time to get temperature. Once you're out there 15 minutes and you're really on temperature, you could easily put 8 PSI in that.
Yeah, plus.
But if you're 30 and the tyres,
you're at 40 plus. I mean, that's definitely too high at that point.
Yeah, and I think some people probably, and that's why I think a lot of people will start becoming loose at the end.
Interesting.
Start loose at the end, but I'd rather be the other way around.
Especially, like say, if you've got low speed grip anyway.
Sacrifice a little bit at the start, but to pick up later.
Yeah.
I think that's where hopefully.
And you're banging on the brakes, so it's not like anyone's coming past you. So yeah. See, look, we've got brake face. Good morning, everyone. It's Saturday, race day, 20 day. Very exciting. Had a windy night's sleep, but it's all good. Wilson says he's feeling fresh, that's nice. He's gone off, I think, maybe a nervous poo, but I won't say any more about that. The cars are ready, because we spent a while yesterday. We had it up on axle stand, done a nut and bolt check on it and everything, so that's all good. It's fueled, hopefully, hot to trot. Also, got a bit of an uneven sunnage situation on the tyres, so we've covered this side up in an attempt to try and keep the pressures somewhat even, left to right, and then we'll set those, 20 minutes, half hour before he gets out on track for quali. I think the plan of attack is to stick with the experimental pressures we had from yesterday, so that'll be exciting to see how that goes. So I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what happens when we're on track now. Exciting! Sunny's on. So lopsided sun is heating up the left-hand side of the car a bit more. So we've got some odd pressures, as you can see. But we were planning on dropping 0.3, so we were going to have an asymmetrical pressure situation, so the left-hand side was getting hotter, and the sun has basically increased that side by the same amount, so we're going to drop 0.3 out of the left side of the car completely. That will somewhat even these up, and that was the plan based on the pressures when he came in off track yesterday as well. So, yeah, apparently we're going with that. I mean, to be fair, that sounds good. I like it. So, we've now got perfectly square setup, but the left side of the car is 0.3 lower. It's interesting because apparently you can actually feel that, which is quite surprising. But yeah, so hot to trot pressure wise. Pressure's all done, car started, Wilson's stressed, looking beautiful. What are you going to do this time? Send it straight out, get going.
I need 3 laps under my belt first.
Yeah, but 3 quick laps where you're overtaking everyone if that's what needs to be done, yeah? I'm not listening to you, Swiffy. I know what I've got to do, I'm going to do it. But just get a time, as long as you get the time, so I ain't going to say anything. So, exactly. Good luck, Mr. Wilson.
Thanks, darling.
Have fun, that's the main thing, have fun. But also be fast. Look at that, look how limber he is, like straight in there. He's not a small chap, and these are definitely small cars, and he's just straight in 118. Anyway, yeah, good luck, Wheels, have fun. Very windy, but sunny and warm now. Wilson's all ready up. I think he's out in 10-15 minutes. He's currently in Park Ferme. Hopefully you can hear me. Needs to do something about it, but yeah, he's ready up. Roll cage there. But yeah, as you can see, let's get up to the grandstand. I'm very worried. These lap times aren't coming up on TSL timings. Yeah, I don't know. This is not good because I don't think they're logging any lap times for him at all. I'm just having a look as people are going past. But yeah, I don't think he's getting any lap times this session. How that can even happen, I don't know. Yeah, I'll keep you posted. Hopefully his name just pops up on the timings in a minute. But say I've watched 3 or 4 laps now and he's just not there. It looks like he's going okay. And I've got off in the gravel, it's a bit dicey. But yeah, I just don't know what's going on. Okay, so the timings start working. I've tried to film it. I've got no idea if I managed to get anything. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to get his feedback because he qualified 21st, which is not ideal. I mean, it's fairly similar to his other races, but he seems pretty confident here today. So I don't know if he was like struggling. He seems to be struggling like first session of each day. Like he needs to kind of get going, have a reset, and then the next session he's like on fire again. So yeah, we'll get his feedback. But he's qualified 21st. No crashes or anything, so that's a good start. Yeah, let's just see what he says.
Incentive not to eat all the pies. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think the majority of people have it's annoying because they match. Folks I like them to be matched. Yeah, and they are beautiful seats. They are for me really comfortable. But I had to sacrifice my. Big question. Why do you have the seat in it anyway? For me, for weight, because I've had to have ballast things. About 6 kilos. So it's either compromise take and I like driving home, so I want to take someone out. Very track days. Yeah, I've got to enjoy it. Having no seats, a bit like so I've had with Brad when I first got it, a few mates jumped in and experience
He's got to go down now, so we can't have a quick chat. But I'm gonna kind of just talk at him anyway. He's qualified P20. 20? Yeah, 20. So it was like in line with his previous events, which is not the end of the world, but and hopefully out of like a lot of like the danger zone, but also in the pack, as he said, work to do. But he's got a track record of making like 10 places, so I feel like a top 10 is on the cards, which is good. We're not changing anything on the car. He thinks that's all good, so he's going to get a banging launch off the line. He's going to get 3 spots into the first corner, and then we'll see what happens from there. pre-race grid. Being super casual, so works well. How exciting!
You can come into a second.
Okay. Few shots while we're in the gridding area of the mini challenge coming through into T1. It's pretty fun. Obviously they're front wheel drives, so they've got the back of the cars jacked up, but they're really stiff, so I like to see it. But that's loads of fun. We're swapping over to voiceover Smithy because I am useless at telling the story and recording stuff when I'm supposed to. But as you can see, we've crossed over to Wilson, weaving around on his outlap, getting some heat in the tyres. I'm standing on the bank in the most ridiculous wind you've ever seen, actually bracing myself to not fall over. But anyway, I think the race went pretty well. We ended up finishing in P16, which is not too bad considering he had a P21, I think, by the time there were penalties. Starting position, you can see he finished the race in one piece, just getting himself unstrapped and all the rest of it. I think he felt it was a fairly tough race for him to get a consistent pace going, and he had a couple of really big moments that he done well to save. But yeah, we'll kind of cut across now to the podium and a cheeky birthday thrown in there as well. Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Brace yourselves for the most disgusting thing ever. A crocky. I'm calling it a crocky. It's obviously a shoey, but that ain't no real shoe. So, while we got a few clips from earlier on in the day of the caterers out on track with the sun shining, I thought I'd just say massive well done to Wilson. It's easy to forget that literally the start of this season he'd never done a proper track day. He took his ARDS licence, and everything he's doing at the minute is coming from an absolute standing start. And for him to be, getting out there and getting stuck in the way he is it's really impressive, to be honest. It was a banging weekend. Croft is such a good circuit. Really enjoyed spending a couple of days there and watching everyone getting pretty spicy, to be honest, at various points through the weekend. I think for Wilson, the next thing he needs to focus on is how quick he can get up to pace in qualifying sessions. He's got a few track days he's going to try and get to before the next event. He's got a bit of a break for the summer holidays, so he's going to not rest on his laurels, get stuck in, and hopefully the next video we do will be put together a bit better, because we've never really done this before until this point. And I'm still hoping, gunning, that he gets a top 10. So go on, Wells, and thanks everyone for watching.